We've had a lost phone return, which we've now set a new national record on lost phones this weekend. This will be the 300th phone we've had returned. If you've lost your phone, come up to the second floor of the tower and tell us what's on the case. And again, this is a one-shot deal. You can guess, but you're never going to guess right. So unless you know what's on there, if you've lost your phone, come up and get it for us. When you're driving top fuel cars, obviously the rear engine modern era, but still, weekends that you woke up and knew it was going to be 90 degrees. Weekends when you knew it was going to be a hot, greasy racetrack. That has to kind of put you in a little bit different mindset.
Well, you had things like, hey, this is absolutely look forward to it. You said that it's reminding you of one time we went to Atlanta, we battled with King Burns, we battled with Beer Club. The first couple days, it was cool weather, and he was kicking our butt. And then we woke up Sunday morning, and it was hot and humid, and I was never more excited. You know what?
What a bastard Nick LaHaye was, I mean, as a driver and tuner, but when he really came into his own tuner with you guys, it was a joy to watch.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what it's covered, right? On whether it's good weather or bad weather. Maybe I can smile about it.
He was certainly one of those legends that he did so much with so little at the start of his career, really built himself from a very small operation to a world champion in 1987. A guy who was so tough, too. He had that race in the late 80s, early 90s when he had like the broken ribs and everything, and they were having to physically lift him in and out of the car. I mean, the dude was tough as nails.
He loved the sport. I mean, you got some guys again, because there's a lot of people in this.
Yeah.
I didn't want to wait for high school to graduate. I know my dad quit high school 4 weeks before the 12th grade graduation, just so he could get a full-time job and get going. So it didn't matter to him.
That is the drive and determination that has defined so many careers in this sport. And it's actually the era that people we celebrate on weekends like this here at the Wally Parks NHRA Nostalgia National. Once we get this golf cart sent off to the first turn, we will be firing up Sean Bowen and Troy Ray. And there's no two more people more excited to hear an engine start than the two guys packed in those fire suits right now.
I can tell you for one, it's not my golf cart.
So these front engine top fuel dragsters, they will sound different than a modern top fuel dragster. And the main reason is two things that Larry said a moment ago. Smaller supercharger, but that smaller fuel pump. And, you know, Tony Petrigan and I talk about it privately a lot of times where these cars at idle sound even more nasty than a modern car that has all that fuel running through it.
Yeah, get the fuel on in that car, it almost gets those honking type of sound. And when you don't have that,
They sound.
it's got a little bit more pop.
So if you have found a wallet and a phone, Robert Sohn has lost a wallet and a phone. If you find it, please bring it to the timing tower and we will page you guys back up here. But Robert Sohn, if you find a wallet with that name in it, please bring it to the second floor and we will have it back to its rightful owner. Please, if you've located a wallet and or a phone, bring it up to the second floor of the timing tower. So what's being done right now at the top end of the racetrack, these cars are all equipped with a shut-off device that if the driver is not able to shut off the car or throw the parachutes out, that will happen just past the quarter-mile finish line. So they're making sure those are in good working order before we send the cars down this historic racetrack at full throttle. Talked about it yesterday, but the real beauty of this place has all the historic look, but the surface is really good. You get great traction out there, nice concrete, smooth as a tabletop. And we can cue the Chips Patrol music because the little motorcycles are driving away now. They've got the job done.
See that? Driving away. Go time.
It is go time. And the fire-up command is being given by the race master here in the starting line. Troy Ray of Knoxville, Tennessee will be on the Oakley Engine Performance side, the right-hand side of the drag strip, if you will, and Sean Bowen out of Goodrich, Michigan, whose family has been in the business of building cars like this. Mike Bowen built Bill Reicher's championship 8-fuel car back in the day. So that is family, multi-generations as well.
I tell people we don't know anything.
That's it.
We're running in our environment.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad was a You watch Bowen's car leave, and it had the front end up in the air, and if you're sitting in the grandstand, you can see it actually was going into a little tire shake, and that's what kind of started to drive it left. The driver in that situation, when you're kind of waiting on somebody else to get out of the way or get off the racetrack, is your mind bouncing back and forth between A, hurry up, and B, I hope they don't shut this thing off?
In my case, I would try to block all of that out and rely on my cruise control, almost kind of your corner as a boxer. And let them determine all of the kind of conditions you're up there. Just the battle.
Yeah, so you don't get yourself over center, get worried about that.
Better people.
Yes.
Nothing like nothing.
So the two teams make their way down for Troy Ray. Unfortunately, a short Sunday, or Saturday as it is the case may be, and Sean Bowen making his way down the racetrack. You're here with your son. It's great to see you. And one of the things I failed to mention, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.
Absolutely.
It's a great weekend for you.
Yeah, I used to love racing on Father's Day weekend.
Bristol, typically we always used to run Bristol on Father's Day, and they were handing out donuts in the morning, and it would always crack me up because it would be like 85 degrees at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's like, what do you want to eat in that? Oh, donut? Great. Sit like a lead weight. But no, a happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and for those of you hanging out with your dads or your sons here this weekend at the NHRA Wally Parks Nostalgia Nationals, even better. So we saw Sean Bowen go down on what was effectively a competition single. There are 7 cars on the property, so Kaiser has the actual single as the number 1 qualifier. Out there, right?
Just gotta go, Jack. Now they just put them off. Okay. It was all right.
13:47.4 at 62 miles an hour for Pete Kaiser. They will move on to the next round as they were unopposed with the bye. Had a chance to spend about an hour with Jim Walter last night at the hotel, 1972 Top Fuel champ, and such a great guy. We're not putting a date on it, but he's in his mid-80s, great health, tells great stories, and just not even the crazy stories, just like the day-to-day life stories those guys had about, setting up to run 3-4 days a week. It's just an amazing thing to think about.
For sure. And most of them weren't touring professionals.
That's what he said. He says, I had a job too, man. Yeah.
Take your vacation pay or
Yeah.
out of work.
Down the racetrack goes Pete Kaiser's crew. They're going to go back there, analyze their tune-up setup, and get it set up for the next round.
When I was a kid, I would go racing with my dad. Got hanging out. We would literally have to drive through the night on Sunday night after the race. So he could go back to work Monday morning.
Wow.
I got stuck going back to school. But man, there were other people at the track that weren't leaving Sunday night. And I'm like, how can I be one of those people? Guys like Garland, Shirley, Snake, and Audrey, and Roland. That's ever since I was a little kid, I was like, man, that's what I want to do.
When I first started traveling to be able to do announcing stuff, I ended up in a similar situation in that a lot of guys would be getting ready to daisy chain their next race together, and I'd be on either the red eye or the first flight out in the morning, and I'd always call it my drag strip hangover. Like Monday and Tuesday, I'd be back at my desk with my drag strip hangover being like, I do not want to be here whatsoever. So Tyler Hilton, the defending world champion of the NHRA Heritage Series Top Fuel Division, is on the left-hand side of the racetrack, and a guy you know and love very well, Brendan Murray from San Jose on the right.
Yeah, Brendan Murray used to race Chevrolet in his car for a number of years before switching over, and the same can be said for the Hilton family as well too. Ran Chevrolets for a long period of time, and my dad raced Top Fuel when he used to race divisionals to collect party points along with the national events, and one season driving for Larry Miner, they ran Division 1 and Division 2 when Bobby Hill was driving for Jim and Allison Lee.
Get out of here, that's cool.
Yeah, there was quite a few times about it. My dad, that one season, my dad ended up winning Division 1 championship, and Bobby won the Division 2 championship.
So the California guy won the Division 1 Northeast Top Fuel Championship.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so great. It's so great. And he would have been racing probably, what, the King and Marshall guys would have been up there. Pretty good.
Hour 8.
Hour 8. And here comes Brendan Murray, right side of the racetrack, and Tyler Hilton on the left. Hilton's car, they softened it way up on the starting line. The 60 quit from that 106. They wanted to make sure not to spin the tires. And Murray left on